Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. This is Ninth Legion. Let's play some more Subnautica. So, we now have our observatory, and we are in fact sitting in it. I'm actually going to stand up because I'm sitting down on our chair we have built in our little observatory bubble. And I've got some lights mounted on this, so you'll be able to see. There we go. There's one of the beams shining back and forth at night. It's actually pretty awesome. I kind of wish we still had one of the reefbacks floating around nearby. That would be really cool to see the lights play across, but unfortunately they have wandered off and we are at the moment alone out here. Although, can you imagine how terrifying it would be to see something large just come into the edge of view of one of those lights as it sweeps around? That would be terrifying. That would actually scare the crap out of me. So, we have our base. I've actually taken a fair bit of time off camera to make some fairly big upgrades, and this was all spurred off by one thing. You may notice we actually have a new addition to our tank in here. We have a little rabbit way who hatched out of an egg. In fact, we had a whole bunch of eggs in here, and the rabbit ray was one of the things that hatched out. Unfortunately, one of the other things that hatched out was not as friendly as a rabbit ray. It was in fact a bone shark, one of these guys who we don't like very much. So I was out collecting some supplies for, upgrading the base, getting materials ready for stuff I wanted to do, and I got a little notification that says, "You have discovered the bone shark egg." And I'm like, oh crap, it's going to eat all my fish. So I immediately came back and realised we needed to kind of split them apart. Now I have done some testing. It is apparent that these guys don't actually need to eat anything. They don't need any food, they don't need any sustenance, so they could all share the same tank. But I didn't know this at the time. I thought it was going to hatch, grow up, and eat all of my food stocks. So I quickly expanded the base, made everything bigger, built another aquarium, and shoved it in there. Over the course of collecting various materials, I actually ended up getting a couple more eggs. So we also have the jelly ray, who is quite happy in there, and I've also got two pet stalkers. And when I say pets, I actually mean it. I can get in here and just swim around them. So there's a little bit of a glitch with the bone shark there. He doesn't actually show up without shining a light directly on him, but I kind of like it. I call him Blackie, because he's like entirely black, and he does not attack me. He's also a little bit stunted, clearly smaller than the bone sharks we see outside. I believe the stalkers are full size. I'm not sure about the jelly ray. He looks a bit small to me as well. So, but there we go. So that was the first major upgrade I had to make to the base, just because I was panicking about the whole bone shark situation. But yeah, we now have some exotic creatures floating around in here. What else happened? I also built another level over here this way. You may notice we now have 4 rooms on the upper level. I've got another tank. I just put a bunch of Reginalds in there because Reginalds are good eating, and these guys seem to really like it because there's actually a lot of them. I think I put 3 in there, and they've just bred a lot. In this room, you might remember we had some smaller aquariums here, but they weren't really doing much. I didn't see much point in them, so I've recycled them for materials. So this room is currently empty apart from some pink flowers. At some point I picked up some seeds for pink flowers, so hey, we've got some nice shiny flowers. Now, if I go along this way, you may notice something else. We have an exterior walkway. These are glass tunnels, which you can build as extra connectors between rooms. You don't have to join the rooms directly to each other, you can just build corridors. So I thought, well, I've got the materials, and yeah, why not? I've also been manipulating some of the rocks and floaters. I've got more rocks over here by attaching floaters to ones that are nearby on the bottom, and you can just push them. In fact, I can even show that to you, because I've put a hatch over here, so I've actually got a hatch on the roof. I can go outside, and I've realised that floater rocks, you can actually just push them, like so, and then move them around. So I've been kind of making my own floating rock garden to amuse myself, just because I think it looks pretty to have lots of floating rocks and lots of floaters around. You also may notice an occasional air sac nearby. I actually released a couple outside because I had so many air sacs and I wasn't needing them. And yeah, now they're there's a little local population of air sacs. Right, let's go back into our tunnel. There we go, back inside the base. So this just wraps around. I just thought it would be cool to make this, show off a bit more of what what we can do. This is just a little porthole I built in. Deconstruct that if I want to. But I like having these nice views out of my base. Now, that pretty much covers all of the additions to the top side. You might notice I put a few more solar panels over there. Again, power's somewhat of an issue if I'm not around to actually load up the nuclear reactor with fuel, so I just went a bit mad on solar panels, because why the hell not? Now, downstairs, there have also been some big changes to the base. The water reclamation plant is gone. The water filtration unit, I've moved it next door. We actually have another downstairs room. So this is now in here, and this is my food and health production. I've got my medical kit fabricator working away here. I've got a chest full of kits there, and over here I've actually got salt, food and water all in their little storage cupboards, plus a fabricator just for use with making food. That's all it's here for. That's all it does. This room is now my main production room. So we've got our fabricator, we've got lots of storage built in. So I've actually gone around and named these with little signs you can make. If you look into the menu here and go there, you can make signs with copper wire and just put them around. They don't really go on the walls very well, but you can even hang them off the archways in the doorways, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so I mean, we've got quite a bit of stuff in here. We've got copper ore. I've got copper ore on me that I don't need. Get rid of that. We've got a little bit of titanium. I did spend a lot of titanium building things and upgrading the base. I've still got my desk here because I just like having a desk, and I like having a little bit of a view out of the room. So yeah, we've got organics, we've got metal, we've got crystals. It's not a very good organisation system I've got going on. It's just like anything that's not organic or direct, or the basic copper and titanium ore that I need the most of kind of ended up in one of these two sections. So please don't leave me angry comments saying that this shouldn't be in here, lithium shouldn't be in metals or something, because it's just going to stay there. And this is my finished goods locker. So as you can see, I have actually made a shit ton of stuff, and there's a reason for that. We can finally make a whole bunch new stuff, which I'm really excited about. So the first thing we're going to build this episode is going to be the stasis rifle. We've unlocked the blueprint for this a couple of episodes ago, and it's going to be a great defensive tool. It doesn't do damage to enemies, but, well, I'll show you what it does once I've built it. So for this, we are going to need one advanced wiring kit. We are going to need a battery, and we are going to need one piece of titanium. There we go. I believe it's made on this one here. Just better put it together straight away. Here we go, stasis rifle. I could also build the terraformer or the propulsion cannon, but I want the stasis rifle right now. Okay, we have picked up our stasis rifle. Let's put you into the one slot. Okay, here we go. We have some kind of futuristic gun. And I can see my own shoulder. Weird, I didn't realise I had a body until now. Oh, that's weird. Okay, right, let's take this outside and show it off, shall we? Okay, so I don't actually know how this works. I haven't used it in several builds, so let's try it out on this guy. Oh, there we go. So we can charge it up and we generate this stasis field. And as you can see by our little friendly air sac, they're kind of frozen in place. So I can actually fire this off at, say, a hostile bone shark that's bugging me, and make him just stay away. And then it slowly shrinks, dissipates, and there we go. Mr. Airsac is free to do his business. So I wonder if we charge it up and we get a bigger sphere, or if it lasts longer or something. If I just tap it, we get a very little one. Okay. So what's the biggest we can actually make? Oh, okay. Oh, wow, okay. Damn, that's kind of huge. So we could trap several things in it. Also, it might be good for catching fish if I needed to do that. Because this is a pretty big area. If I use this in the shallows, I could get a lot of stuff. Okay. And we're also recharging this by swimming around with our flippers on. So that's also really good. Okay. I am pretty happy about that.
Welcome aboard,
So there we go. One stasis rifle. That's going to be a really good tool for us. I need a drink of water, actually. Put that away. I don't need to see my shoulder anymore. Give me that water. I'll drink one, and the other one I can just put away in storage. As you can see, we have plenty of water. Water is no longer a problem. Should probably empty the salt out of this for a while. I did actually build two of these. I had one over this side as well. I've just realised I honestly just do not need that much water and salt. There we go. We'll be good for now. Okay, so that's the stasis rifle built. That was the first thing I wanted to show off today. Now, to show off the second thing, we actually have to build something we've built before, and that's going to be the mobile vehicle bay. We've built this before to build our Seamoth, but we've left it over by the escape pod, and I can't be bothered to go get it, basically. So we're just going to build another one. We have the resources, we have the ability, we can do it. We are going to need a titanium ingot, which I've already made here. We're going to need some lubricant, and I'm going to need a power cell. Okay. So you might remember the mobile vehicle bay from before. It's a little deployable kit thing that we're going to have to float up to the surface, and it can make larger vessels for us. So now we've got that in hand, we're not going to leave straight away. We're going to deploy that momentarily, but right now I need to pick up everything else I need to build the Cyclops. That's right, we are finally getting to build a goddamn Cyclops. Now this actually requires a lot of material, so we're going to be needing 5 units of plasteel ingot, so that's 50 titanium plus 5 lithium combined to make a plasteel ingot. We need 5 pieces of enamel glass. We're going to need 1 more lubricant. I am looking at a list off to the side if you wonder what these little pauses are. And we're going to need an advanced wiring kit, which I can't fit, so I'm going to have to get rid of that. There we go. Okay, that's everything we should need to build ourselves a Cyclops. So I'm really excited about this, guys. I think you are going to like it. Alright, we are going to have to deploy this. I'm going to deploy this pretty much straight above the base. So, I think if I deploy this underwater, it's just going to float up. Yeah, so it's just going to go straight up. You can't deploy this underwater, it's got to float to the surface. Oh, we actually haven't deployed. Okay. How do I actually deploy you? I guess I'm going to have to put you in a slot, aren't I? There we go. 1 mobile vehicle bay. You've all seen this before. It's nothing new or exciting. Ooh, that's weird. But we are directly above our base, which is good. Because I'm going to want to use you now. And I want you to make me a Cyclops. Oh no, I need 1 more lubricant? Guys, my instructions were wrong. I have failed you. We need another lubricant. Damn it! I was so prepared. I had a list I was working through. This was all planned out. This was going to be my best episode yet. Well, it wasn't really, but it could have been. It could have been. Okay, we need 1 more lubricant. Did I make a spare lubricant for any reason? Probably not. I'm just not that smart. We'll check my finished goods container. No lubricant in there. Do I have anything in organics that would let me make one? I've got 1 creepvine seed cluster. That's not going to be enough. Damn it, we need to go get some more creepvine. I also need something to eat. My vegetable garden is doing rather well, so that'll keep us going. We don't really need to eat fish or anything ever again. Oh, there were some changes I made in here, actually. I should probably point those out. We've got a little storage unit here, so our locker can hold stuff, and currently it's holding all of our pressure compensators. The reason for that is I have upgraded our Seamoth to have 4 storage modules, because I needed to go get so much stuff. So I just filled this thing up with maximum storage. All the storage capacity a person could ever want on a tiny submarine. We've built a communication relay over here. There was actually a couple of episodes ago, but I forgot to mention it. And there's another way in and out of the base, just built into the side there. And you can also build tunnels directly off of the moon pool. So I haven't actually done anything with them yet, but we've got a couple of curving tunnels going into a cross junction here if we want to expand the base further in that direction. I just think it looks cool. These are some nice sci-fi corridors they've got. Right, I really want to get this Cyclops built this episode, so we need to go get some...
Welcome aboard, Captain.
We need to go get some more stuff. Why have you sunk? You shouldn't have sunk. I need to get another floater for you. You're not in the right place. Okay, we need some more seed pods. Can anyone see glowing seed pods? Ah, there we go. We only need a couple of these. In fact, I've got 1 at home, so I literally need 2. Wait, give it to me. There we go. That's it. That's all we need. And now we go home. Just got to make this, and then we can build the Cyclops. It's okay, I've still got time, I can still do this in this episode. But this is our base currently from the outside. You have to admit, it looks pretty awesome. That kind of exterior walkway we've made with the glass tunnels is really cool. Okay, we're docked. You're going to recharge, that's fine. Power is doing great. We're currently storing about 1,000 power, so even with that, that is with a lot of solar panels though, so we're still not storing as much as I'd like. Ah, I need to pick up one more, don't I? I'm probably going to put some stuff away for this, because I'm carrying so much stuff on me. Right, just clear up some space so I can pick up that. There we go. Right. Lubricate me. Perfect. Alright, so I need that back and that back. Is that everything I need? I think that's everything I need. Let's go try this. Oh, in fact, we have an upgrade for the Cyclops which we can take with us. The power efficiency upgrade module, I'll take that. And then we just need to swim for the surface. Gotta close that. Not because it doesn't work if it's open, just because I like to keep it closed. You know, that's just me. Okay. Here we go. One mobile vehicle. Wait, stop turning around. Okay, please I can now build this thing. There we go. Okay, one Cyclops, the vast industrial use submarine. Very expensive, but very, very cool. And let me show you why. Alright, these guys are going to go build it. Now, this thing is huge, and as you can see, unlike the Seamoth, it's made up of multiple rooms. We've got a docking bay, we've got a bridge, we've got a storage room, we've got an engine room. It's just seriously freaking awesome. Also, this thing is going to hit the water with quite a splash. There we go. This is one of the reasons to build the mobile vehicle bay out here, because... Is that sinking? That looks like it's gone quite far down. Where are you? Oh, there we go. So yeah, if you try and build this in the shallows, you're going to hit the ground. You might even get yourself stuck if you build it in the wrong place, and that would be a shame, because this thing uses up so many resources. But it is really worth it. So with this, we can dock the Seamoth to it, drive ourselves somewhere very far away, and then use this as basically a mobile base. It's just that goddamn awesome. And also very pretty. I mean, if you look at this submarine, it's gorgeous. If I ever want a submarine, I want it to look like this. Alright, let's get ourselves on board, and I will give you guys the tour.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
That's a new voice. I didn't realise there was a new voice for this ship, and that is a creepy-ass voice, but hey. So we have a new computer voice. I believe I can close that hatch. There we go. Hatch is closed. It comes with a whole bunch of lockers, which I think we can use to do stuff. Oh, they might not actually be functional storage slots just yet. Not sure. I just unplugged a device from the audio jack. I'm sure I didn't, computer. I'm sure I didn't. But here we go. So, Cyclops. This is our main entrance. We've got a ladder here that goes up to the bridge area. But we'll go through here up to the engine bay. This is a Cyclops storage bay. You can actually see there's a gap through there back into the water. Cyclops, the Seamoth, sorry, will sit just above there, docked in place. Close that hatch as well. The closing of bulkheads like this is actually kind of important. We can damage this submarine. Tears will open in the hull, and water will get in. So if you leave those open and don't pay attention to them when you're taking damage, you can sink. You can completely sink and destroy this thing. This is our engine room. As you can see, we have a powerful engine spinning away. We have upgrades ready to be slotted in, and we can do that straight away. We can actually put in our power efficiency upgrade module. So this recycles heat byproduct to increase engine efficiency by 15%. Power efficiency now 400%. That seems like a lot, but I'm okay with that. We have power cells here. So this thing actually has like 3 of them. I think I might actually just put one in there by accident, I'm not sure. But hey. So it takes a lot of large power cells to keep this thing running. 6 in total, which is where the power 600 at the top there comes. We've got a lovely room here, which is where we will exit out of our Seamoth when we board the ship. A little antechamber here. Close this up. There we go. And this is our actual bridge. We have that ladder that leads straight down to the main airlock. And I can take command of our vessel from here. There we go. So it pilots pretty similarly to how the Seamoth does. Now I want to go down. There we go. You can hear the sound of the engine. It's actually pretty cool. Oh god. Yeah. Okay. Let's back this baby up a bit. Because I want to give you guys a good comparison of what this is going to look like compared to our base. So let's slide her on in next to it. And there we go. Right, let's show you guys how big the Cyclops is in comparison to our base. Back ourselves up a bit. So that is our entire sea base, and this is our new submarine. As you can see, it's a pretty big beast. And I have to say, I do love it a lot. So, there we go, that's the Cyclops. We finally got one built. I think next episode, we're going to be taking her out for a spin and doing some long-range exploration. I haven't quite decided where. I'm thinking we'll probably want to go to the far side. Oh man, that's actually really cool. We probably want to go to the far side of the Aurora. We've never actually been on the other side of the Aurora, largely because apparently I'm underwater. That's interesting. Why am I... Oh, hang on. Oh dear, what's happened? I think my sea base is somehow flooded. That's kind of weird. Okay, may have a minor bug here, that my sea base is now partially underwater. No, it's just that room. Okay, that's weird. I don't know why or how that's happened. But this room is apparently now underwater. Interesting. This game is still in development. These things will happen. I don't know what to do about that. Oh well. Luckily, we're going to be going off exploring with the Cyclops, so maybe this will just fix it by the time we get back. We'll see. But anyway, I'm going to call this episode here, so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this. Do feel free to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe, and hopefully I'm going to see you later next time when our sea base is hopefully not submerged. We shall see. Bye.